Yeah, hi guys, Peter back for yet another video. It's been a week and a half, I think, since my last video. I've been a bit busy, but I'm back now for another video. Um, I wanted to talk about AC/DC again. I've done many videos on AC/DC, possibly my favourite band ever. They're right up there anyhow. And I just want to talk about what is their underrated album, most underrated album. You know, underrated being obviously, it's better than most of the population says, I guess, and it doesn't get enough credit, the credit that it's due. And one always comes to mind for me in the discography. Of course, you got the classics that everyone considers classics. You know, Let There Be Rock, and Power Rage is like a fan favorite, isn't it? And Highway to Hell, Back in Black, and the lot of the Bond period, and a little bit of the Brian period, I guess, is considered. It's the beginning of the Brian period, the mid to latter Bond period. It'd probably be considered their prime period, I guess. But yeah, I just I wanted to put it out there today and get an answer from you guys what you think it is. I'll give you my answer in a minute what I think it is. It's an album that I always liked. It wasn't one that grew on me or anything like that people say. There are albums like that for me that can grow on you. Not real big on them at first. This one I always liked. It's got a very raw feel to it. Self-produced. You're probably guessing what it is. Early 80s album. From the Brian Johnson period, obviously. And I just think this album really gets to the root of AC/DC. It's uncompromising. It's got a lot of raw power in it. Not overly produced or anything, as a self-produced album. And I thought they went after the Mutt Lange period. They went, which were great albums. Back in Black, Highway to Hell for those about to rock. But I felt for this, they wanted to get away from that, a little bit of production that was slipping into the albums, but they are great albums, which is undeniable. But they sort of went back to the basics for this album. And the album, of course, you probably guessed, 1983's Flick of the Switch. I just think this is an album I always loved. It wouldn't be my favorite album by them, but I would be in my top, I reckon 5 or 6 albums, or could be a top 5 album. It's really, it's got that raw sound. Of course, they had, this is the last album with Phil Rudd before he left and then came back later on. And then they had Cliff Williams and the Young Brothers and Brian Johnson. But it's got a lot of great, catchy, hard rocking tracks in the AC/DC style. The title track's an amazing, catchy rocking tune, and a bit slower, but a great riffage in it. Nervous Shakedown. I really love that one. I like it lyrically. It's quite clever lyrically. A very frenetic Landslide. It's a great one. The start of the album, this Rising Power starts off strong. It's got This House Is on Fire is a good tune. Guns for Hire is a standout too, really great track. Deep in the Hole could be looked upon as one of the weak ones, but I quite like that track. Bedlam in Belgium, a great song. I really love Badlands too. I just, over the years, Badlands has really stood out more to me after I sort of but played the more well-known songs from the album a lot. So I sort of went to Badlands, which I like as a song, and a good finish in Brain Shake, produced by AC/DC. Yeah, so that I would say for me is the most underrated AC/DC album. You could have probably a couple of others vying for the position, but for me, that's my pick for the most underrated AC/DC album. And I've seen them from about 5 times now. From about 1988 was my first time to about well into the 2000s, and every time I've seen them, they've never played any songs off this album, which might be one of the reasons that it doesn't suffer from being overplayed like your Back in Blacks, which they play a bunch of songs from that each time, and you get a bit of Highway to Hell when you see them live and a bit of Let There Be Rock, but it doesn't suffer from overexposure, which those other albums go. But it'd be nice to hear them play when they go. Here they're going back on tour next year. One or two from, but I wouldn't hold my breath about hearing anything off this album. But I just think it's from start to finish. They're probably their most, well, for me anyhow, their most underrated album, and a great listen. It's a great listen. I always enjoy it when I pop this one on. Always will have like this album. And there you have it, guys. So what do you think of this album? And what would be your most underrated album by AC/DC? So I like maybe he's got other albums. I can think of a couple more that would challenge for the position of the most underrated album, but I won't say because I picked my one. So I picked my Flick of the Switches, in my opinion, the most underrated AC/DC album. So there you have it, guys. Comment down below, subscribe. I'll be back the videos will keep coming, and I hope to see some good comments because I like reading them, and I will be doing a few more reviews that people have requested. So don't worry, I will be doing those if you've made a request for something. Okay, it's bye from me for now. See you guys again for the next one very soon. Bye for now. Bye.